How we doing today, guys? As you can see, as you look around, it's a beautiful, wet, rainy day. It is like 47 degrees, almost 50 degrees. So it's not too bad of a day, but we came over Saturday because we were worried about some of the corn in one of the bins right there. So we got it out and we got down to where we got the sweep in it, and we've got a load of corn here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna ram it to town. We're gonna take it to Dayton today and just see what else happens. But kind of too yucky to do anything else outside right now. We do have some other things we need to be getting on, but we're not gonna start them today. It's a good day to do this. Dog collar's still broken right here on my door handle. Haven't went and got a new one of those yet, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way. It was a little cold the other day when we loaded. Well, that new starter sure works nice. They put one of those, I forget what you call it, high energy starter or gear reduction starter or something like that on it. Air compressor actually is working also. We're pumping up air right now. Get a little air in here and we'll be good to go. At the Cargill. What we do is we pull in here, we give them our trailer number, tell them who we are, and they're going to probe us. And
thank you. Next truck, go ahead.
Trailer 60489, Andy Detweiler. This is spot sale. 57.3 test weight, which is good. And it's dry, 13.6. So we didn't get docked for anything, and we had good test weight. So I'm thrilled about all that bit. Now we're going to head home, park the truck, and do something else. Don't know what yet, but do something. All right, finished hauling corn for right now. Just getting back to working on this tractor a little bit. It is rainy and crappy outside again today, and working on getting this thing torn apart. We took this nut off part way here on this tie rod end, and Kylie's been beating on it with the big sledgehammer, and we could not get it to break loose. We had a jack underneath here holding up on this to give a little bit more support, and we had this nut on there like that, and we were pounding down on it. We could not get it apart. I have a couple of these things here, and these things are actually made to go in here like this. And what it does is it wedges the tie rod out of the steering arm there. So we're going to try this now. We got to get this off so we can adjust the tie rod end. Now, we're not going to be adjusting these tie rod ends because I bought new tie rod ends for this. I think these are in pretty good shape, but by the time I heat them up and dink around with them and stuff like that, it was simpler and more economic to buy new ones. I think they're $70 a piece. So we will be putting new tie rod ends on. We will not be getting this completely torn apart today because we have some other things going on. So what we're wanting to do is get this off here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get these bolts out of here, get this pin out of here, so we can get this main axle tube right here, so we can get that spread apart a little bit, so we can get PB Blaster in there and start to get this thing to free up a little bit. We don't have a lot of time, like I say, to work on it because we have a few other things we have to do today. But this is what we're going to be starting on this morning, and we will just have to see if we have time this afternoon. We may get back in here and get the rest of this on video for you, but I don't know for sure how things are going to go. So we're going to get started on this, and Kylie's going to come over here and she's going to swing the hammer for us, and we're going to try getting this tie rod down out of here. The one reason that we don't normally like to use these is because when you stick these forks in, it tears up these boots, these grease boots that are on here like this. Now this one is actually in pretty good shape here. The new one comes with new nuts and new boots and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to just pound this and on off here. Not the easiest thing in the world to do, but all of a sudden it'll pop loose and we'll be good. She's getting serious now, guys. We got the sledge out. Now it's going to really hit me. There it went.
Woo!
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Now one thing else we got to do. Let me have another camera, will you?
It's on, but it's not on.
All right, in order to take these tie rods off, right in here, just like this, we have more, we have 2 more ends that we'll have to pull the cotter keys out of and take those nuts off, and then we'll go ahead and we'll use that fork in there also. Now these actually are newer ends. Well, the one on this side, being the left side that we're working on, is a newer end, and the one on the right side, it has red paint on it, so I'm thinking that it's probably original. But this arm in here, right in here, that was replaced. It looks like, I don't know for sure when, but it has been replaced because it doesn't have paint on it. So we will not be replacing that. And I think once we get those tie rod ends off, we'll be in pretty good shape here. Well, we got to turn this thing. We got to get this broken loose right here. And in order to do that, we have to get this pin out of the center. We have to get these 2 bolts out right here. So what we did, when we were in Louisville, we bought a couple things, and I didn't show on camera what we had bought, but we bought a new Ingersoll Rand 1/2 inch impact wrench. And supposedly it's supposed to have like 1,500 pounds of takeoff power. I put it on, when I got home, I charged the battery and I put it on one of the weights on the back of the tractor, and my air impact laughed at it. I mean, they laughed at my air impact. And when I put this thing on there, it buzzed them off, and there was enough power behind that thing that I could almost hardly hold it onto the nut. So we're going to try it on these bolts right here, and we're going to see how that works. Now, when we were showing the other side, we didn't show everything, but Kylie did have the 3/4 inch ratchet on there, and we had about a 6 foot long pipe on it to get them off. So we're going to see now if we can buzz these off with that impact and try to have a little bit of fun when we do it. So check this out, guys. Ingersoll Rand. This is the 7152. It's got a brushless motor in it. It's got a 20 volt battery in it. It's got the 5.0 batteries in it, and it's heavy. Dad was talking about this thing and how heavy it was and stuff. And one thing you got to understand with an impact like this is this isn't something that we're going to be holding all day. This is something that we're going to use, and then it's going to sit back on the shelf. Now, this is an expensive shelf ornament, but when we get down to it and we need to use something like this, or even I need to use something like this is going to be a really handy tool for us to have around. Now, I already do have Milwaukee tools, and I already do have some DeWalt tools, and a lot of the guys are staying with the DeWalts or the Milwaukees because they already have the batteries. And it's so much cheaper to buy one of these things if you just buy the tool because you already have the batteries. My DeWalt stuff's getting older, and my Milwaukee stuff, I don't know, guys. I wanted this one. I searched this thing out on the internet or on YouTube quite a bit, and this thing came up to be the most powerful one that you can get right now. Now, we're going to try it on this, and hopefully it doesn't make me a liar, but we're going to throw a new battery in this, and it's going to take 1 1/8 inch socket. Got it right here on the floor. So I'll see if I can get a battery in this. I don't even know if I can do this. Just takes a little time to figure out. There it goes, just like that. Probably helps not having a sock on either. This battery had just come off the charger. We've never used this battery before. Push the button here. Got full green lights. I think we're good to go. Got our 1 1/8 D12 impact socket here. It's going to go on the bottom right here like this. And then we also have 1 1/8 wrench here to hold the top. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can do something with it before we even get the wrench out. I don't know if I can even hold it up here. Yes. I don't know if I can hold it up on there or not, but it did turn. I need something else. Let me try here. Try a block here. Just need something that I can hold my leg up on that so I can push against that thing. And I'm probably just going to do this one. I'm going to let Kylie do the other one. But I want to do it. Probably best the camera hold up.
That's fine. Woo!
Dude, that thing's awesome. Grab that wrench right there. I think that's inch and an eighth right there. I mean, ready? Mm-hmm. I'll turn it the other way. Put it around against something. Turn it over. We'll fit like that and go against the thing.
Okay. Careful. Okay.
Here, you do this. I'll hold the wrench.
Ready?
Yeah.
Is it out? It's out.
Let me see that thing. That thing's awesome. That thing's awesome. Now, I don't know how this side might have been different than the other side. Maybe this side's been adjusted. We will figure that out here in a few minutes when we get these other bolts out and try to get that main pin out of the center of it. But that impact wrench right there is awesome, guys. Pretty good investment. Wasn't a cheap investment, but I think that's pretty awesome. Well guys, I don't know if we're just figuring it out how to do it or what the story is, but this came out a little easier than the other side did. All right, now the reason we've done this is now we can get this loose here now, and we can get spray down in here and such to try to get it freed up a little bit, try to get something soaking, and we're gonna let it soak for several hours probably just to make sure the camera laying here. All right, we're we're going to clean things up here a little bit and let this soak, and I'll probably be back out here several different times today soaking it. This bolt right here. If you can see right there in the center of it, just above the threads, it is rusty. And the reason for that is this cap right here goes on the bottom, and where the bolts go up through it out here where my toe is, there's a place in there where dirt can really sit in there and it can get wet and such. And that's the reason these are rusty like that. We'll be going and getting new bolts for this side and the other side. We still don't have the other side tightened up yet, but we're going to be getting new bolts for both sides there. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for now, guys. So appreciate you watching, and leave me likes and comments. I really enjoy reading the comments. Really enjoy going through the comments. I like you guys' ideas. I just like it. I like talking to everybody. I don't always answer everybody, but I still read every comment that's put on there. So I just want to thank you guys for watching and supporting me, and you guys have a good day.